Hi, everybody. Well, it's the end of the weekend, is it? No, it's Saturday. It's tomorrow's Sunday. I guess it's the middle of the weekend. Anyway, I'm supposed to be in bed 5 hours ago. I'm trying to get a new routine going that I haven't been able to get together. My eyes are all puffy, and I've wound up sleeping on the floor in the kitchen sometimes because I've been working with the animals in there and just fall asleep at the chair and slip out of it, fall on the floor, and it's not good. Not at my age, and especially it's just not good. So anyway, um, I have to do a lot. I have to take a lot of medicine, to stick around the planet, and I have to. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying there's a lot of things I have to do to stay here, and I want to. I do love what I'm doing with the animals and playing on this channel and just playing in general music and I love my partner. I'm very grateful for so much, but at the same time challenges come up like I've always had these feet problems, that dry feet, and I guess they're called fissures. I accidentally pulled one open and it's been incredibly painful, and again I'm not complaining. It's just life. But it's caused me to have an unbelievable hard time walking on that foot. And luckily, I've had some help with the animals, or else I'd be in big trouble. Rosalie has really helped out a lot, and a friend of mine came back to my life that I, and he has really been a super help too. He's on his way to Alaska, and he has stopped by to help me for a while, off and on when he can. But yeah, it's just been a hard time. COVID hit us in December, in spite of all the we had vaccinations and everything, and and where we got it was the hospital, I think, pretty sure. So whatever, it's just been sort of a tough time mixed in with the blessing of these two baby goats that were born, whose mother unfortunately we had to euthanize about 5 weeks ago now, and her two, another one of her kids, goats or kid babies are called kids, had to be euthanized. Coco, who was in some earlier videos, and another one was born gone, so dead. So now we're dealing with Penelope, who lost all her three triplets kids back in December, and she's hanging in there. She's not completely cured or anything, but she's alive and she's moving around and she's wanting more food. That's a good sign. But anyway, so when this stuff happens, and I get overwhelmed, I'm thinking with music and stuff, it's just kind of hard to. Well, music does help out for sure. Because when you have nothing else, you can pick up a harmonica or a guitar or for a piano or whatever you might happen to do. If you have two spoons together, or just a tabletop or just two hands. If you have one hand, even, just I don't know. If you have one hand, you can go on your wrist. Surely you must have an arm. If you don't have an arm, you got a thigh. If you don't have a thigh, well, I don't know, man. You got a head. If you don't have a head, then you're dead. So there's no problem. Anyway, the point is that music is there, right? So, like, if I want to walk down to the riverside, oh, baby, I'm bound to go. If I want to walk down to the riverside, oh, baby, I'm bound to go. And if there's no purpose for me to be there, that's just as fine as I can find. Whatever, it's out there, see? And when you sing and you do something musically, you just feel so much better. So I was thinking, okay, now, like, back to basics, with the harmonica. I've been trying to work on with these videos the last year, so the positions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, 4 and 5, pretty sure position 4 is when you start, have it on the third blow, second hole blow. Position 5, I think, is. And position 4 would be the third hole draw when you start. I could be wrong, I've forgotten, honestly. But I do know that the 1, when you start, like you have in that way where you're blowing on the second hole blow, I know that is where the 1 starts. And I do know that the 4 starts on the third hole draw, full bend, and I do know that the 5 starts on the third hole draw. That's just the first note. If you do the blues scale from those notes, or whatever you can get from it. And then I do know on the third hole draw, draw full step bend, that's the 1. And I know that the 4 starts on the 1 natural draw or the 4 natural draw. And I know that the that the 5, that's the 1, that the 4, no wait, is that right? That would be the 4. So, and then back to the 1 would be the third natural, third draw, full step bend. And then for the 5 in that, it would be the second hole blow or the fifth hole blow, would be your 5, and then your 4 would be the fourth hole draw or the first hole draw. So that kind of all fits in with that position. If you're playing in a position where you're drawing the third hole draw, then bend. That's one. I think that's fifth position. Maybe it could be fourth, but anyway, see, that's related. That would be on a C harmonica. That would be the key of A. So anyway, and then that gives you your 4 on the first hole draw, which is also related to third position. That would be your 1 in third position, and your 5 in cross harp, and your 2 in first position. So and your flat 7th in the position of where you blow the second hole blow to start your that pattern. So there's a whole lot of interrelated notes in that, is what I'm saying. And it's cool because if you can practice those patterns over and over, talking just between the first, the fourth hole, maybe the fifth hole, just practice those scales, which would be in first position. The key would be the 1 would be C. If you have a C harmonica, and then you would practice to go to the 4 in C. You would practice the second hole draw, full bend, and that puts you into the 1 of the 4th on the 4 of first position. And then just drawing that second hole draw puts you into the 5 of that first position. So all that stuff is there if you practice. There's no point in me going through all the notes. It would just sound confusing, but it's all there. It's like we know that in first position that the 1, 4, 5 in blues is the C, the F, and the G. And in second position, cross harp, it is the G, the C, and the D. And in third position, harmonica, which a lot of people play in minor keys, is the D, the G, and the A. And in that position, fourth position, which I think is the position where it's the third hole draw, and the first hole draw, third hole draw, full step bend, I should say, the first hole or the fourth hole bend, and then the second hole blow or the fifth hole blow for 5 in that situation. And then the other pattern I talked about was the second hole blow. And so if you have the second hole blow at then you second hole blow, then you go to the 4 by finding the second hole. You go to the 4 by finding the third hole draw, full step bend, and then you go to the 5 by finding the third whole draw, period. So it's all there again. Anyway, I hope this video makes some kind of sense, going back to the basics and trying to cover these patterns. It's the blues scale. The blues pattern is the one, the flatted the one flatted third, the 4, the flatted 5, the 5, flatted 7, and the 1. Going back to the 1. But the thing is that you can put other stuff in there. If you're playing a straight up minor scale, it's going to sound more minor to the song. But you can mess around with these variants and have fun with it. That's the main thing. Have fun with it. Okay? Y'all have a nice morning, evening, night. And do have fun with this stuff, because it's pretty cool. And when you get all crazy and you're thinking that life's weird, grab one of these things and go, oh, that's the upper harp, but that's cool. But down here and go, that's the major scale in first position. But I can't get the full blues scale when I'm blowing on the 1 in first. But let's see where I can get. And I'm going to go first, the 1. Now the third, I can't get that flat third, but I have to hit the second note. Because I can't do an overdraw or overblow on the first note, which would give me the flat third in that. I don't have the talent for that. So what I do have, though, is I can hit that 3. And now I can get, that's just normal. So, but I can get the 4 by drawing that 2, full step. And then I'm getting the 5 flat by bringing it up half step. So then that's the 5, and I just draw it. So it's, that's the 5, and then I want to get the flatted 7. So that's the blues scale minus the flatted third. And if I wanted to do the flatted 6 in there, that would be let's see, the E. So that's a flatted third. And see, the E would be, let's see, the flatted 7th is B flat, flatted 6th is the A. Yeah, right. So that would be which is getting the A, B flat underneath, B, A, full step bend on the third hole, and then bringing it up another half step for the B flat, and then drawing on and blowing on the 4. But for the blues scale, it's not included in that, but that's a minor note in that scale, though. So anyway, again, with the blues scale minus a third, flatted third in first position. So yeah, have some fun with this. Catch y'all later. Thanks for listening.